share some tips on balancing your bow. I put some pictures together how to kind of warm up the bow a little bit before you put some Teplix on it. And when you put the Teplix on, put them on slowly. When you string the bow, most likely it will look a little bit out of balance. That's why you're going to take a band, a piece of leather or something like this, tie a knot in it. And what you do is you put it on the weaker limb to stress out the stiffer limb, okay? There is one tip, one limb here that behaves a little tricky. I've got it pretty much worked out. It's pretty consistent, but I don't know how it's going to be after shipping. It's easy to do. All you do is once you have it strung, is you warm up very carefully, not hot, just warm, a little bit here in this area, the caisson eye, and just a little bit in here. Be careful you don't melt your string. Use dry heat, don't use a flame. Use like a hot plate or something. And then what you're gonna do is just overcorrect it a little bit like this. And just hold it until it cools, basically. And once you have this band on here, what you can do is warm the stiffer limb just a little bit, just for a few seconds. And then when you pull it off, it should be good to go, like that. And then, you know, when you're drawing on it first few times, I haven't really broken your bow in. I've shot it quite a bit, but it still needs to be broken in a lot more. You know, don't go full draw all the way. Do good like 10, 15 shots, half draw, work yourself into it. And then, yeah, you're good to go. Just be very careful of your eagles, okay? The beaks are, you know, it's maple. It could break if you hit it into something. But it was awesome making this bow for you, man. Thanks for the opportunity, and I hope you enjoy it. Casey, one more side note. The problematic limb is the one where you will see a small seam of leather right here. This is the limb that usually kind of has that funky slight twist in it, but it's pretty much all gone. It might come back just a little bit, but it's easy to just heat back up again and get it right out, which is totally normal for these bows. So yeah, it's this one with the seam of leather. And you can also tell too, I'm sure after you paint it, you won't be able to see this anymore. It's the eagle head that's thicker, you know, and I've been using this as my top limb when I shoot. So yeah, okay. Depending, you know, once it's at full draw and broken in a little bit too, I think this limb, the other limb here seems to be bending a little bit more at first, but then once you break it in a little bit more and warm it up, they're bending pretty much really even. So, cool. All right, take care.